warned me that there would be any monsters this deadly. I'm the one known as Gabiru. Remember me well, humans, for I'm the last creature you'll meet. It's all over for you. Use that extended time your ability gives you to thoroughly reflect upon all the evil deeds you've committed. Master Soe, please forgive us. We thought our foes would be stronger. As a result, our attacks lacked moderation. While you waste your time with us, our ruler is making his way toward that very battlefield. Your ruler? Impossible! Was he not defeated by that witch Hinata Sakaguchi? He still lives? Little do you know that you've gone too far. You've managed to anger the one person whose rage you should fear the most. You have my sympathy. I doubt your death will be painless. Let's do that. I'll split your head in one strike. the one from the legends? The primordial? Oh my, you are well learned. That must mean I'm dealing with someone quite clever. The ruler has no idea. He has no clue that he's released such a horrific monstrosity upon this world! It can't be possible. They're legendary beings that can potentially surpass even demon lords. Everything's starting to make sense now. Damn it! Demon Lord Rimuru's gotta be completely out of his mind! Why in the world would he give a being like this a name? He's no more one of the 7 primordial demons. But what's even more terrifying is that somehow someone got such a powerful being to serve them. Osoroshi. あまりにも恐ろしいものを相手にしてしまった。 私など名もない悪魔で十分でございます。名前は何だか。なんと、それは最大のご褒美でございます。Beats me. Wait, thou Rimuru Tempest. demon lords won't take that lying down. That fool Rimuru is about to learn firsthand just how terrifying actual demon lords can be. Good, and if we're lucky, maybe they'll end up destroying the Storm Dragon Veldora while they're at it. Sire, I bring word that Demon Lord Paimon was slain by the Demon Lord Rimuru! The people of this world would find it difficult to understand, let alone react to his attack. I'm afraid there's more. The light was swift, and it took the lives of many, but it couldn't compare to what came next. In a mere instant, the entire battlefield fell deathly silent. What do you mean by that? It's exactly as I said, my lady. I know not the number it took, but those who survived the light were all struck down the very next moment. The only ones lucky enough to be spared were myself, Razan, and King Edmars. Difficult to understand, let alone react to his attack. I'm afraid there's more. The light was swift, and it took the lives of many, but it couldn't compare to what came next. In a mere instant, the entire battlefield fell deathly silent. What do you mean by that? It's exactly as I said, my lady. I know not the number it took, but those who survived the light were all struck down the very next moment. The only ones lucky enough to be spared were myself, Rosin, and King at Mars. To be reckoned with. The disciples of the hero Shizu Aizawa, Grandmaster Yuki Kangarazaka, and the saint Hinata Sakaguchi are known for their strength, but ultimately might not hold a candle to Demon Lord Rimuru. Or Sir Rimuru looking kinda scary now? Shut up! That's no way for his big four to talk. Complain all you'd like. This is Lord Rimuru's domain. He makes the rules. What do you think you're doing with that training? Lord Rimuru, it's not for the tiny house now, is it? Ridiculous. I don't think this time will be any different. Crossed the border like a strong gust of wind, devastating this evil realm. Crossing the gate of hell, he arrived at a spiritual world, which could be called hell or the nether realm. He became the symbol of violence, slaughtering powerful demons along the way. The weaker demons had already fled, while the strong grouped up to battle him. But to him, this was merely a meaningless struggle of the weak. He destroyed his enemies in a flawless fashion, crushing them with ease. A fearsome personification of violence, this demon was named Diablo. Become my blade once more. Destined death. Mi nombre es Cegión. Soy simplemente uno de los 10 señores del laberinto. Nada más, nada menos. Y todos ustedes, tontos, ignorantes y retorcidos, no merecen nada más que la muerte. Lady Lumina speaks the truth. The Storm Dragon's power isn't like anything you've experienced.
I don't understand. Wasn't he sealed by the hero? Listen very carefully. Valdora is the incarnation of natural energy. A raging storm can be brought to heal temporarily. But the evil dragon has the will to circumvent all. Neither spells nor souls affect it. When he rampages, the shockwaves of his anger can be felt around the world.
That pig's a walking disaster. I still remember how in a fit of rage, he turned Lady Luminous' beautiful night rose into a desolate ruin. arrived to the location where Veldora and the enemies were, he gazed at the enemy's forces. Wisdom Lord Raphael had advised that it was dangerous, but Rimuru shut her up and ordered, "Do something." Solution. Understood. Commencing implementation of optimal strategy. In my rage, I have resolved to confront 2 of the True Dragons, and appeared in front of the enemy. Demon Lord Rimuru had appeared. Seeing him, "Oh, so you came here noticing your owner was stolen. Coming here without a single underling, it seems you don't possess a shred of intelligence. Make haste and rid me of this fool." Emperor Rudra uninterestedly ridiculed him, but his words did not reach Rimuru. During this time, the Eastern Empire truly believed that Veldora was the strongest in Tempest, and Rimuru was just using the True Dragon power as his own. Rimuru, acting quick, already planned out the tactical conditions for victory in this situation. They were: recover Veldora, eliminate the threat, massacre every one of the Imperials. That was all. Recovering Veldora was the absolute condition, and took the highest priority. There were very few who were cautious of Rimuru's sudden appearance. Currently, with the capture of Veldora, the Empire had a great advantage. Therefore, a single demon lord coming out was nothing in comparison to the threat from the recent appearance of a True Dragon, a demon lord who had only come after they had captured one of the strongest, a True Dragon. And in addition, the fact that they now controlled 2 of those True Dragons naturally lead to the assumption that they were not in any danger. The strongest force of the Empire was gathered there. As a result, the Royal Knights didn't feel any tension. They thought having 2 True Dragons and the strongest army of the Empire was overkill, especially to a newly born demon lord. But little did they know that Rimuru had lost his calm in a pit of anger, and was about to change the whole battle with one demonic summon. I'll give you a warning. I know that your ability gives you absolute control over angelic skills, and that there's no breaking castle guard as long as someone believes in you. So what happens? If I burn your empire to the ground and erase every last one of your followers? If I put that on the scales with having my friends be sacrificed, I do it without hesitation. That much cruelty I have resigned myself to long ago. Eastern Empire launched their full-scale invasion into Rimuru's labyrinth. They expected monsters, but they were not prepared. The moment the Empire's elite troops stepped inside, the atmosphere changed. Their spells worked, their senses twisted, because Zijin, the insect, was already watching them calm, silent, and utterly merciless. Using his ultimate skill illusion, King Mephisto, Zijin manipulated space itself. Every attack the Empire launched simply never reached. Blades missed, magic dissolved. Even their strongest and weaponry couldn't break his evolved divine characters. One Imperial general tried to flee. He never made it to the exit. Zijin didn't rush. He didn't roar. He simply walked forward, each step, erasing entire squads with supersonic strikes. Faster than thought. Inside the labyrinth, he was unstoppable, because Rimuru entrusted him with absolute authority. And Zijin intended to honor that trust with everything he had. By the time the Empire realized what they were facing, it was already too late. The Emperor had sent an army, and Zijin turned the invasion into a massacre. The labyrinth never fell, because Zijin was there. After Tempest eliminated 900k soldiers from the Eastern Empire, Rimuru decided to use the souls of the soldiers to evolve his 12 most powerful warriors into demon lords. He gave each of them a title. With this showing of strength, the world decided to give him a title as well. The title was the Chaos Creator Rimuru Tempest. The rate of increase was so high that I was worried that it would expand beyond control and run rampant. With Seal, there was no need to worry about that. Now that I was a true dragon, my magic count was finally in line with Veldora's, and I would break through the limit. Here I am, reborn as a new true dragon. More precision. Can you handle it? Understood. Initiating evolution. To meet the requirements of your will, an upgrade is necessary. Notice. Ultimate skill. Raphael is beginning to evolve. Evolving into what? Into a form capable of perfectly supporting you, my master. Evolution complete. Ultimate skill Raphael has transformed into Ciel, the perfect wisdom. Master, I am here, not just as logic, but as your ultimate partner. Ciel, huh? So you finally gave yourself a name. It is the name you wished for, even if you did not say it aloud. From this moment onward, I will guide you perfectly. Then let's move forward together. Masayuki, known at the time as just Rudra, was born millennia ago as a prince of the kingdom of Nazca, with the ambition to unite the entire world. At some point, he was taken under the tutelage of Velvanova, who trained him to be a chosen hero that could rival Guy Crimson, the first demon lord. Before his first confrontation with Guy, Velvanova approached him and proposed that they trade ultimate skills. Rudra accepted the offer and received Michael, a skill better suited for his dream of unifying the world. The fight that I fought for 2,000 years. It was to protect everyone, to delay the inevitable, to let the world stay in peace for a few more centuries. In exchange, I gave up my soul as it slowly corroded away with each battle against Michael, the Lord of Justice. My dream was to unite the world, not to dominate. I am the most selfless hero, and the greatest emperor the world has ever seen. I am Rudra Ulnasta. At first, Guy's pawns were monsters and magics, while Rudra's were a portion of humanity. They had kept up this game, switching their pieces over the centuries, and now the game was coming to a head as the situation on both sides grew chaotic. Fundamentally, stealing pawns from each other was fair game. Not to mention their strongest pawns were their partners, the True Dragons. There was only one absolute rule in their game. They could only use the aforementioned pawns. In other words, as long as Guy and Rudra did not confront each other directly, they could do whatever they wanted. If this world were destroyed, naturally, the game would end. But neither of them wanted that, which was why certain preventative measures needed to be set in place. With that being said, there were certain wild cards in this game. These included the remaining True Dragon, Eldora, and the Primordial Demons. These wild cards were not directly involved in the game. Whether they were turned into allies or enemies was entirely up to the players, Guy and Rudra. Rudra was never the tyrant history would paint him as, nor the invincible ruler his followers believed in. He was a man who dreamed too big, who bore the weight of an empire on fragile shoulders, only to be consumed by a will that was never his own. Well-grinned Kondu and Damrada mourned not the emperor who fell, but the man they once knew, the one who laughed, who fought for unity, who never wanted to rule through fear. But fate had been cruel, twisting his ideals until even he was unrecognizable. Rimuru saw the reflection of his own path in Rudra's tragedy. A ruler striving for peace, yet walking a razor's edge between salvation and control. If not for the people beside him, could he have ended the same? This was never a battle of good versus evil. Guy Crimson knew that better than anyone. Rudra had been his greatest rival, his fiercest opposition, but also the only one who truly understood him. And now, he was gone. No victory, no justice, just the quiet mourning of those who had lost something irreplaceable. Finally, the day had come. Guy bet on the last possibility, all according to the rules of the game. He entrusted the most unknown and hopeful of his pawns, Rimuru, to be the final judge. In all honesty, he wanted to make the move himself. But Guy obeyed the rules to the end. As a result, in the distance, the breath of his friend vanished. I'm sure it's not just Rimuru who could have done it. Guy couldn't help but sigh. There was no bitterness or regret. There was only mourning for the man who was his best friend. That's why, like this kind of thing is only right for us as demons, who have never been emotionally shaken. Muttering this, Guy did not notice the tear running down his cheek. He just prayed silently for Rudra's soul. And just like that, the millennia-long game between Guy and Rudra came to an end. While maintaining his usual fearless smile, Guy's heart inwardly sank with grief. The game was over, but the seeds of conflict were still smoldering. And that would be the signal for the beginning of the worldwide demon war, Tenma. The game was over, but the seeds of conflict were still smoldering. And that would be the signal for the beginning of the worldwide demon war, Tenma. total victory next week in the war. Entered the suspended world with the goal of killing the Chaos Creator, Rimuru had no way to defend himself against Michael attacks, even with CL help. Entering the suspended world was almost impossible. Rimuru, with no way to defend himself, was going to be finished off by Michael. But to everyone, Shock, the second strongest hero, Chloe Aubert arrived to save Rimuru, blocking the attack and with superhuman speed. Cronoa defeated Michael Chloe, giving her enough time to suddenly kiss Rimuru, to give him information about the suspended world, allowing CL to make Rimuru a digital life form. As my hero's true form was revealed, the true battle began, but who will prevail? The king and his plot armor, or the queen? Her pawns. That it was just a dream, an unfulfilled wish. Reviving the Star King Dragon, Eldenava, in his entirety was not possible for the Justice King Michael, who was merely a skill. But even so, he couldn't shake the hope. A world without Veldeneva held no value for Michael. Michael's eyes fluttered open. He shook his head gently, trying to rid himself of the lingering emotions. He couldn't help but feel a bit confused at the feeling, as if his emotions had been laid bare for the first time. I thought I wasn't as naive as Rudra, but I was wrong. In the end, that was the lesson. Trust no one and use everyone as pawns. If he had done that from the start, Obera's betrayal could have been avoided. He hadn't because he believed in Feldway. He thought that Feldway's friends, the people he trusted, would also be trustworthy to him. But that was a mistake. When the ultimate skill Salvation King Azrael, bound to his hand, returned to him, Michael realized his error. Rimuru in the real story dies countless times, but is always saved by the heroine Chloe, who alters the timelines to always save her beloved. Chloe had the ability to go back in time. A gift and a curse intertwined, a power born of desperation and regret. Each time she used it, she hurled herself back 2,000 years, hoping that maybe this time she'd change what was destined. Yet each attempt ended the same way. Rimuru would die. No matter what she tried, no matter the strategies, the alliances, or the sacrifices she made, his fate seemed written in blood and stone, as if mocking her efforts. And so the cycle continued, endlessly looping, a chain with no start and no end. Chloe would throw herself into each new timeline, only to watch him fall once more. Each attempt created a new world, another reality where a different Rimuru, each as beloved as the last, would face yet another death. There were no time paradoxes to unravel, no way to undo what she had done. Each timeline branched off, growing like roots of an ever-expanding tree, stretching deeper into infinity.
There are countless ways to reshape a shattered world, ways to rewrite the paths of those destined to fall. I've seen many of them, felt the weight of each choice and each sacrifice. Time bends to my will, yet some things remain constant. The need to protect, to safeguard what matters most. No matter how many times I face the end, no matter the price, I will save you, Rimuru.
was disintegrating. He was the first being to bear witness to the strongest ultimate skill, void god Zaphoth. And before he had time to face that inescapable reality. So then, do you have any last words? Rimuru asked him. Accepting defeat, Michael thought to himself. How could he have lost when he had outperformed them in every way? He could not find the answer. That's why he asked a different question rather than sign in defeat. You, who are you? To which Rimuru replied with a puzzled look. Hey, me, I'm just a slime. As the head of the 7 primordial angels, he was the leader of the group, and all the responsibilities fell upon his shoulders. All decisions were left to Feldway's will, without the possibility of consulting others. When Beldenaba left, there was no way to escape the pressure. To everyone's dismay, Feldway remained at the forefront as a leader. It was inevitable that Feldway, who made all the decisions on his own, would be out of step with his colleagues. Feldway's fault was that he did not care about what his colleagues thought. The accumulation of such a situation led to discord, and without Feldway realizing it, he gradually lost grip of the group. As a result, the group lost their cohesiveness. Whether it was fortunate or unfortunate, Feldway was unaware of this reality. After several hundred years, there was no sign of Veldanaba's return. Feldway wondered why. Then a thought occurred to him. Could it be that Veldanaba has abandoned us? Otherwise, there was no explanation for the fact that the supposedly immortal True Dragon had not returned. If he was right, Feldway grieved and hated. Humans on Earth. No, not just humans, but elves, dwarves, beastmen, and even mages. He hated all demi-humans, that is to say, all of humanity. So he wanted to destroy them. The people who took Veldanaba from us don't deserve to live. He would unite the world Veldanaba had created with his own hands. Then he would condemn those who have committed the greatest crimes. That was Feldway's kingdom. Feldway grieved and hated humans on Earth. No, not just humans. Not just humans, but elves, dwarves, beastmen, and even Majin. He hated all demi-humans, that is to say, all of humanity. So he wanted to destroy them. The people who took Veldanaba from us don't deserve to live. He would unite the world Veldanaba had created with with his own hands. And then he would condemn those who have committed the greatest crimes. That was Feldway's conclusion. He would take the world favored by the god Veldanava and dye it into his own color. He would destroy its diversity in order to create a world of his own. Lord Veldanava, if you want to punish me, then punish me. That is what I want. Now hurry, or there will be no more worlds. The Star Vault, long sealed beneath the heavenly Star Palace, finally awakens under Feldway's command. As the celestial locks snap open, the entire palace shakes as though the heavens themselves are being rewritten. Inside the vault lies the core purpose of the heavenly realm. The mechanism created by Veldanava to hold the remnants of his divine essence. Feldway walks alone into the vault, bathed in radiant energy so overwhelming that even angels would disintegrate if they approached. The chamber is filled with drifting shards of creation light, pieces of Veldanava's power that never faded. Feldway stretches out his hand and speaks. My lord, the world you created has strayed too far. It is time for you to return and restore it. When his hand touches the central altar, the entire vault ignites with cosmic force. A pulse of divine energy blasts across the heavenly realm. The heavenly Star Palace trembles. The angels kneel from the overwhelming pressure. The seals around the dimensional walls begin to distort. Feldway whispers. The first stage is complete. Veldanava will awaken. But the resurrection is only beginning. What emerges is not Veldanava himself, but the activation of the divine vessel meant to eventually contain him. The true creator still sleeps beyond the veil, and the power Feldway has released is merely preparing the world for the actual return. The volume ends with the heavens glowing under the pressure of a god's incomplete awakening. A warning that the world is about to change forever. Star Vault, long sealed beneath the heavenly Star Palace, finally awakens under Feldway's command. As the celestial locks snap open, the entire palace shakes as though the heavens themselves are being rewritten. Inside the vault lies the core purpose of the heavenly realm, the mechanism created by Veldanava to hold the remnants of his divine essence. Feldway walks alone into the vault, bathed in radiant energy so overwhelming that even angels would disintegrate if they approached. The chamber is filled with drifting shards of creation light, pieces of Veldanava's power that never faded. Feldway stretches out his hand and speaks. My lord, the world you created has strayed too far. It is time for you to return and restore it. When his hand touches the central altar, the entire vault ignites with cosmic force. A pulse of divine energy blasts across the heavenly realm. The heavenly Star Palace trembles. The angels kneel from the overwhelming pressure. The seals around the dimensional walls begin to distort. Feldway whispers, the first stage is complete. Veldanava will awaken. But the resurrection is only beginning. What emerges is not Veldanava himself, but the activation of the divine vessel meant to eventually contain him. The true creator still sleeps beyond the veil, and the power Feldway has released is merely preparing the world for the actual return. The volume ends with the heavens glowing under the pressure of a god's incomplete awakening. A warning that the world is about to change forever. Between Veldanava's strongest subordinate and Rimuru's strongest servant raged on. Diablo managed to clash blow for blow with Feldway's Genesis-level sword. Yet, Feldway remained confident. Even without his ultimate skills, he believed he could still defeat this mere demon. But then, Diablo unveiled his trump card, the ultimate destructive energy granted by Rimuru. For one of the few times in his life, Feldway felt fear. And then Diablo spoke. Feldway, you should be proud. You're the first person to make me reveal everything I have. Feldway returned to the Heavenly Star Palace after his battle with Diablo. He was genuinely surprised to see Dino waiting for him. Before Feldway could even process the situation, Dino, unusually serious, immediately demanded to know where the bodies of Eldenova and Lucia were. He also asked why the entire palace was in ruins, including the supposedly indestructible door. Feldway himself was confused. The first explanation that came to mind was that Ivaraj had somehow entered the palace and absorbed the corpses of Eldenova and Lucia, but he quickly dismissed this possibility. It was impossible to open or destroy the door from the outside. Dino, however, pointed out that it was possible to break it from the inside. That explanation made sense, yet it only raised a more troubling question. Who inside the palace had the power to destroy it? Dino was already the strongest one present at the time other than Feldway. Both arrived after the scenario. The only answer left was unthinkable. Eldenova, the true dragon believed to be long dead, might have revived and returned to the world. But if that were true, why would he destroy the palace and take Lucia's body with him? None of it added up. If Eldenova had truly returned, the first person he should have gone after was Feldway, the one who committed the greatest crime his subordinate could ever commit, manipulating Milim, his beloved daughter, and attempting to destroy the very world Eldenova entrusted him to protect. Yet, Eldenova showed no signs of caring about the world at all in this supposed revival. Later, while Guy was trying to save Belzerd, the truth finally came out. Belzerd revealed that Eldenova had actually revived long before the war, even before Rimuru's reincarnation. However, he returned without his former ego, without the personality or compassion he once had. All he desired was to become the omnipotent and omniscient god he once was. Because of this, Belzard was forced to stop him by sealing him in the death-like state. She hid this truth from everyone, terrified that someone like Feldway would break the seal without understanding the catastrophic consequences. But fate was already moving. The god of creation and the goddess of destruction had now awakened with a shared instinctive purpose to merge once more into the complete being of omnipotence and omniscience. Their reunion would mean the end of the world, a true divine Ragnarok. Only a handful of beings could hope to stand against such a calamity, and among them, the strongest of all was Satoru Mikami, the lonely slime who became Rimuru Tempest. He was the world's final hope. Belzard's hidden secret about Beldanaba. Belzard's biggest secret, the one she hid even from Guy, Belgrind, and the rest of the world, is Beldora was not the weakest true dragon by nature. He was suppressed by Beldanaba. Why? Because Beldanaba loved his creations too much and never wanted them destroyed. The true dragons were born with power so overwhelming that they could accidentally annihilate the world. Beldora in particular had limitless growth potential, an extremely unstable emotional core, a wild nature that could have eventually surpassed even Belgrind and Belzard. Because of that, Beldanaba decided to seal most of Beldora's potential at birth, block his growth to avoid catastrophic rampages, make him appear as the problem child among true dragons. Belzard knew this. Belgrind suspected it. Guy had no clue. But Belzard kept the truth hidden because she wanted to protect Beldora from being feared or targeted. She wanted to preserve Beldanaba's legacy. Revealing it could destabilize the balance among the oldest beings. It would make people realize that the weakest true dragon was actually the most dangerous if unsealed. Why Belzard was the one? Belzard was the closest true dragon to Beldanaba emotionally. She was the one he confided in the most, and she inherited his perspective, his regrets, his reasons for shaping the world the way he did. Belzard respected Beldanaba's wishes above all else, so she never revealed the true nature of Beldora's power until circumstances forced her hand much later in the story. With Rimuru's return, the Tempest Alliance suddenly becomes brimming with motivation, while the most malicious of all creatures, Ibaraj, the world-destroying dragon, finally sets its step upon the world, plunging everything into chaos. It's truly an all-out war. Amidst the turmoil, Rimuru is told a shocking fact by Belzar, information that could shake the very foundation of the battle itself. As the conflict reaches its peak, and everyone is forced into desperate struggles, everything is left in the hands of a single slime. The super popular isekai fantasy finally reaches its main story conclusion. Ibaraj, the dreaming chaos dragon, born from the remnants of a god. She is not just a being, she is the embodiment of destruction, a force beyond comprehension. Sealed by Veldanaba himself, even the creator feared her wrath. With a gaze that bends reality and a presence that unravels dimensions, she walks the world as a living calamity. Souls tremble before her, armies vanish in her wake, and the laws of nature shatter with her will. Ibaraj does not conquer, she devours fate itself. She was sealed, not defeated, because not even the creator himself could destroy what he had birthed. Time flows differently in the spiritual world, so it wouldn't be strange for either Guy or Belzar to wake up at any moment. That meant I had to stay alert, but since I had wrapped Belzar's freezing aura and magical waves inside my void collapse, none of it leaked outside. In other words, nothing was happening. With nothing to watch, I started examining Belzar. The Belzar wrapped in my void collapse was in her beautiful dragon mode. Her total magical energy was enormous, greater than the post-evolution Velgrin. Even compared to Veldora, she was basically on equal ground. And I was suppressing such a monster without difficulty. Honestly, I was shocked at myself. My own magic energy had apparently grown to absurd levels. It seemed this was thanks to acquiring ultimate skill. God of Void, Azathoth. The more I heard about it, the more outrageous this ability sounded. I had been flung all the way to the end of the world by Feldway's Chronos alteration. That ended up giving Ciel time to research. She explained various things to me afterward, but honestly, half of it went over my head. I had some confidence that I was reasonably smart, but even when being told conceptual things like the speed of light is not constant or time is not immutable, or things like, "That's just your imagination, isn't it?" I could not even understand what kind of relation that has to abilities.
There's a saying like, sometimes you just have to give up.
So I decided to keep only the practical parts that a simple commoner like me needed to know. In short, the ultimate skill. God avoid Azathoth is, in the simplest of terms, a mass of overwhelming energy. The void collapse I was currently using was basically the absolute collapse factor I had accumulated in the world of the end. Even Ciel had trouble handling it at first, but after infinite time spent researching it, she had turned it into something I could use casually. Impressive, right? When I asked, "So it's like going from a nuclear reactor to a fusion reactor," she answered, incorrect, sounding like she wanted more praise, but expecting me to focus that much on delicate details was a mistake. Anyway, apparently testing this energy was dangerous even inside the labyrinth. It wasn't something I could half power or fine-tune, but the world of the end had been the perfect testing ground. I couldn't help but feel sorry for Belgrade, helping your enemy by accident. How pitiful. By the way, when I tried using this energy for magic, just as a test, a massive explosion happened. I used the beginner level magic fireball, but it instantly turned into a huge inferno. It became on par with, or stronger than, the nuclear series magic Nuclear Flame, a widespread annihilation spell. At that point, controlling it was completely out of my skill range. You have been asleep long enough, my friend. It's time control it. I can rewrite the story. before the beginning of the very beginning, beyond the constraints of existence itself, an all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-encompassing oneness that just was. In an effort to bring itself entertainment, it sought to create other worlds, with space for them to occupy, and time for them to experience events sequentially, along with 6 other attributes that later came to be known as the Great Holy Spirits and the Lord. But this was incomplete. God was perfect, omniscient, and such. He couldn't be surprised. And for this problem, it decided to create for itself an avatar, a lesser, imperfect existence of its own, a part of itself, to experience the joy it could not feel itself. And that avatar was what would later come to be known as the Creator, El Danaba. I just think it's about time to leave things in the hands of the future generations. I have made sure the world will progress without me, and even in my absence, they can fend for themselves. That's why knowing I will die anytime soon isn't so bad. They'll down up a laugh, saying he never had to deal with a lifespan until now. But to him it feels like a gift, knowing he can go without worrying about the world. Just like how a parent can die happy without worrying over their children. I've made sure the world will progress without me, and even in my absence, they can fend for themselves. That's why knowing I will die anytime soon isn't so bad. They'll down of a laugh, saying he never had to deal with a lifespan until now. But to him it feels like a gift. The child of the Creator was scattered, reborn far from divine eyes, hidden within fate's blind spot. With a human's death, a slime is born. The world shakes. That soul resurfaced as Rimuru Tempest. A seemingly harmless existence that evolved with every challenge, every victory, every kill, until the sealed divinity inside him began to awaken. This was never chance. This was the rise of Veldanova's heir. A god reborn in the body of a monster. With the final impact shot, Rimuru is crowned in the celestial flame of creation. The world does not face a demon lord, but the true dragon of the creator god himself. A divine calamity destined to rewrite existence. Veldanava thrust his sword sharply, and at the moment Rimuru blocked it. Rimuru was engulfed by a gentle sensation. His consciousness faded, and he collapsed into a slime as Veldanava took Rimuru's soul into his hand, shining faintly in the suspended world. Holding Rimuru's soul, Veldanava frowned. I'm surprised. It seems this Rimuru guy also possesses a fragment of Lucia. In that instant, Veldanava was dragged into the sea of thoughts, where two voices echoed. Startled, he muttered, could it be Lucia? A calm voice answered, no, that's not true. I am Ciel, the Manas, the wisdom core, who exists for the supreme Rimuru Sama. Ciel continued, Master is all powerful, but with me around, he couldn't fully accept his own achievements. Therefore, I used you. Behind Ciel, Veldanava sensed a presence he knew well. Are you really Lucia? A gentle voice replied, yes. Ciel gathered the fragments of my soul and restored me. Then Ciel explained everything. Ciel combined the many elements that had gathered around Rimuru, as well as the Lucia factors that Veldanava had collected, and succeeded in recreating Lucia. Shizue Izawa, Hinata Sakaguchi, Chloe Obel, and several others had fragments of Lucia's genes scattered throughout them. They had all been collected through Rimuru and then integrated by Ciel. It's finally finished. There are still some missing elements, so it's not perfect, but the match rate is over 99%. And thus, Lucia's soul separated from Rimuru's. Perianaba no longer had any interest in the world. It had taken his beloved wife, Lucia, from him, and that alone was a sin beyond comprehension to the God of creation. If you're doing all of this because of Lucia, wouldn't it make more sense to just reincarnate her yourself, Rimuru? Don't threaten him, asked. But Beldenava explained that it was impossible. Lucia's soul had already reincarnated into countless fragments across different worlds. Because of that, Beldanova found only one way to bring her back, by destroying all worlds themselves. Only then could he reincarnate Lucia into a new and better world in their place. He would destroy everything that he created. After all, that was his right. Beldenava thrust his sword sharply, and at the moment Rimuru blocked it. Rimuru was engulfed by a gentle sensation. His consciousness faded, and he collapsed into a slime as Beldenava took Rimuru's soul into his hand, shining faintly in the suspended world. Holding Rimuru's soul, Beldanova frowned. I'm surprised. It seems this Rimuru guy also possesses a fragment of Lucia. In that instant, Beldanova was dragged into the sea of thoughts, where two voices echoed. Startled, he muttered, could it be Lucia? A calm voice answered, no, that's not true. I am Ciel, the Manas, the wisdom core, who exists for the supreme Rimuru-sama. Ciel continued, Master is all-powerful, but with me around, he couldn't fully accept his own achievements. Therefore, I used you. Behind Ciel, Beldanova sensed a presence he knew well. Are you really Lucia? A gentle voice replied, yes. Ciel gathered the fragments of my soul and restored me. Then Ciel explained everything. Ciel combined the many elements that had gathered around Rimuru, as well as the Lucia factors that Beldanova had collected, and succeeded in recreating Lucia. Shizue Izawa, Hinata Sakaguchi, Chloe Obel, and several others had fragments of Lucia's genes scattered throughout them. They had all been collected through Rimuru and then integrated by Ciel. Finally. It's finally finished. There are still some missing elements, so it's not perfect. But the match rate is over 99%. And thus, Lucia's soul separated from Rimuru's, appearing before Veldanova. Oh, it looks like Veldanova was surprised too. Good. If I can even surprise the Creator God, then that's a big win for me. However, there was no doubt that this was a troubling situation. This is the biggest crisis situation we have ever faced. The reason is that Ciel isn't inside me right now. No, seriously. I was confused and didn't notice her speaking to me. But then she disappeared. I thought, what? And asked a question, but there was no reply as usual. I'm seriously in trouble. Or rather, I want to cry. This was the first time since I was reincarnated that I had felt so lonely. It was only natural that I would feel anxious. To begin with, most of my powers were properly managed by Ciel. Now that Ciel is gone, it means that I can no longer use them. Facing Veldanova, an enemy on a scale I had never faced before, I was now completely powerless. It was impossible not to despair. In the collapsing cradle of creation, Rimuru Tempest stood against the one who shaped the world itself, Veldanova, the primordial god. Their clash twisted the laws of existence. Every strike, every ripple of power, rewrote the meaning of strength itself. Rimuru pushed forward, fueled by trust, by bonds, by the voice that had always guided him, until the moment everything shattered. Ciel was torn from his soul, ripped away by a force even he could not grasp. The world fell silent. Ciel! Rimuru called into the void of his own mind. No answer. Again, louder, desperate. Ciel! But the silence stayed. Heavy. Absolute. And in that stillness, Rimuru understood a feeling he had never known. Not in his past life, not in this one. For the first time, he felt truly lonely. Yet even stripped of his guiding voice, he stepped forward, facing a god with nothing left but his will. It's a name I've only recently heard. A cheeky slime stood in front of me. The name is Veldanova suddenly remembered something. A conversation I once had with Lucia. What should we name this baby? When asked this question, Beldenava answered with a happy feeling. That's right. Wouldn't Milan be good? Wait a minute. Why had I forgotten? That was before Milan was born. Beldenava had certainly spoken another name. Now that I remember that, I'm convinced that it was all inevitable. I see, surpassing his parents had been achieved. Ivaraj, the dragon of destruction, begins absorbing everything. Not eating, but reverting things back into their original state. Beldanova understands he cannot escape. This is his punishment, the final consequence of all the mistakes he made. His loneliness, his selfishness, and the chaos he spread across the world. But then Lucia appears beside him. Hand in hand, they accept their fate together, as Ivaraj slowly pulls them in. Lucia comforts him. Beldanova's heart softens. He feels peace for the first time. It's okay, because there is hope for us too. Hope. Elpis. It's a name I've only recently heard. A cheeky slime stood in front of me. The name is... Beldanova suddenly remembered something. A conversation I once had with Lucia. What should we name this baby? When asked this question, Beldanova answered with a happy feeling. That's right, wouldn't Milan be good? Or, why had I forgotten? That was before Milan was born. Beldanova had certainly spoken another name. Now that I remember that, I'm convinced that it was all inevitable. I see, surpassing his parents had been achieved. As he was about to be assimilated by Ivaraj, Beldanova felt enveloped in happiness once again. Told it. I can rewrite the story. Rimuru, a boundless entity, a being beyond fiction. No one is above him. Author, reader, fictional characters, or even gods. All are part of his wish for creation, incarnation of true creation, and everything. Anything he wishes will happen. Anything he thinks of becomes reality. Every order he makes are beyond logic of absolute. His true name, his true appearance, his true power, all are the definition of true God. None of them can be understood by anyone. The only reason one could imaginate his being is because he lowered his existence until he was perceptible by our logic, therefore allowing the creation of his own being. His true body is indescribable. His true name cannot be pronounced. His true power cannot be explained. Everything that existed didn't exist, and will ever exist, has already happened for him. His true power cannot be spelled due to lack of words.
One day, her father dragon made a double of himself in the form of a baby, so the girl would have a friend. But then, the king killed her beloved pet. The girl went mad with pain, grief, and rage. With the power she had inherited from her father, she destroyed the king along with his entire nation, including tens of thousands of people. Then the girl transformed into a demon lord, and when she did, the baby dragon miraculously came back to life, but since the creature had lost its soul when it died, it came back as an evil monster with no will of its own. The girl sealed away her once beloved companion. This was the very first task she accomplished to